Hi, buddy. I'm a little busy right now. You want to be picked up? Alrighty, I'm back. I hope you're having a good day. This is my August wrap up, and this is Chunky Boy, aka Beast Boy, aka BB, and he is clearly wants some attention. So give me 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully that was good enough for the Chungus. I read 4 books in the month of August, and here are stats. So I had 4 books, 2,362 pages, which is about 76 pages per day, which is pretty good. There were 3 fantasy and 1 graphic novel. For the authors I have read from before, so no new authors here. And all 4 of these were part of a series. Nothing was a standalone. 3 of them I did through audiobook, and 1 of them I read physically. And here is my Fable tracker for this month. Shows you what days I read and which days I skipped. Okay, to start us off, we're going to go with Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 5th book in this series, and I gave this 5 stars. I definitely am very invested in this series at this point. Obviously, it's so much later than August. I have finished the entire series, so that is a spoiler for you. And I love this series so much. It's definitely hard to review this so much later than I actually read it, and I can only blame myself for that. I can only blame myself for not being on top of making videos because they all kind of blend together at this point. I'm not really sure exactly what happened in this versus what happened in the tandem read, what versus what happened in the end. But ultimately, it's the same thing as kind of previous reviews on these series. I don't want to say much. I don't want to spoil anything for you. Our main character is going back to the original destination. She went on this big journey in Air of Fire, and now she is using all of those new skills that she learned and has developed as a character to start to fight back and fight the evil that's going on and go save her friends. And you're also then learning more about other side characters. And I'd say Manon is I'd say she's probably my favorite character in the series. I mean, of course, Aelin is, of course, she is the main character. I have I have a deep love for her. But her and Manon like really tied for like my favorite. I loved Manon's chapters. Every chapter that she had, I was here for. I could not get enough of her perspective. And some of the other people I thought were good. I didn't hate them, and there were some other love stories and character development that's starting that I was definitely interested in. But I kept wanting to get back to Aelin and Manon, but they were all good. I mean, I gave it 5 stars. I enjoyed this so much. I'm so invested in these characters and their story and their journey and their love life, and I just really couldn't get enough. So that's why I immediately picked up the tandem read, which is Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. I loved the tandem read of this, which means there's a order that you read it in. So you like read a couple chapters of this, and then you read a couple chapters of this, and then you go back and forth because these books they happen at the same time, but this is following a different set of characters than this book. So I would highly recommend reading them together. I would not read them separately. A lot of people think Tower of Dawn is pretty boring, and by putting Empire Storm chapters in between the Tower of Dawn, it makes it a much better read. I didn't think Tower of Dawn was boring at all. And maybe that's just because I had so many people say that I was so worried that I kind of thought it was going to be way worse than it was. But this book made me like Chaol again. I mean, not that I love Chaol. I mean, who can really say that they really love Chaol? But I really liked his story. I was excited to get back to his chapters, see what was going on with him and Irene, and I was invested, and that I don't know if that's because I also had the break with Empire Storms, but I every chapter that came up, I was invested in what was going on with that certain character, and that's just amazing. And that's why I gave both of these 5 stars as well, because it was just so good. The journey was good. Everywhere that these characters went, they're running into conflict, they're defeating conflict, and they're trying to gear up and figure out what to do about these evil people in the world. And I also just love the series, so I'm invested in it. If you're not maybe probably loving the series, I'm not saying this is going to probably change your mind with the series if you're already not enjoying it, but if you are enjoying the series up until this point, this is only going to make you love the series more. And these are, I mean, this is a massive series. I mean, these are, I think it's like 4,000 pages between all of the books. I mean, this is only 3 books. This is the same amount, or this is more pages than my September wrap up that I'm going to do next, which is like 7 books. And those 7 books don't even have as many pages as these 3 books right here. So it might not seem like that many books that I read this month, but this was like 7, 8 books in one, like kind of deal. But this series is amazing. I can't wait to talk to you about, oh my goodness, Kingdom of Ash, which is the last one. I'll talk about that. I think, when did I finish that? I think I finished that in October. So I don't know. You'll have to watch the next ones that I put out and see what I thought about it. But I don't really have anything else to say about this. I can't say much because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. But I loved these books. I love the tandem read. You gotta read the tandem read. I'll put a picture of what tandem format I followed, and I really recommend that. I had a great time. And yeah. Alright, moving on to the next one. Okay, the last book I read in August was Lord Olympus, Volume 2, and I gave this one 3 stars. I did give the first one 3 stars as well, so hopefully they get better, but 3 stars isn't terrible. I think I'm just impatient. I want more of Hades and Persephone's love story, but it is pretty like slow burn. It's not jumping to them being together right away. So all of the chapters that they were flirting and being together and interacting, I'm just eating up those parts. I love 5 stars all the way. But then the other parts that are about her being in Olympus and doing other stuff other than being in the underworld with Hades, and being with friends and going to school, and those parts aren't bad. I guess I really like the love story, so I want more of that. So I get kind of a little bored sometimes with more of the everyday stuff, and I just want the love story. But I'm hoping that as the books go on, we're going to get more and more of that love story, and then hopefully they'll get better and better. But otherwise, I mean, I am enjoying this. 3 stars isn't a bad rating. I'm just hoping that they'll be better. Plus, they're very short. These take me like a day or 2 to get through. Probably not even. I probably can get through this entire thing in one day if I really wanted to sit down and just knock it out. But graphic novels, poetry is always kind of more of a palate cleanser. Pick it up, put it down between other like full-length novels. I love the art. Persephone had her hair cut in this one, and she has much shorter hair. And I know that Rachel probably is like, it's a lot of work to draw long hair over and over again. And I'm like, girl, I understand. But also, her long hair is so beautiful. And I'm like, I just want her hair to be long in all of the books instead of short. But she does grow it out by the end of it, so hopefully it stays that way. But that's such a like nitpicky thing of me to say. But it's just, I don't know, it's just so pretty. I like the long hair, but that doesn't like affect my rating of the book at all, of course. But yeah, I'm excited to keep going in this. And now that I'm talking about this, it's been a while, and I haven't picked up the next one, and I really do I even own the next one? Oh, I do own the next one. Okay, I'm gonna probably read that very, very soon. So, okay, let me grab the other ones. Here we have it. Here are the 4 books that I read in August. I am so excited to finally get this video done. I am gonna go film my September and October wrap up so I can get these going, start the editing process, and keep talking about it and get caught up. I also have a bunch of ideas for New Year videos. I am gonna soon do my recap of the 2025 goals and talk to you about my 2026 goals. I also am going to film the 26 books I want to read in 2026, but I think I might do 20 books I want to read in 2026. 26 books feels like a lot to, like, the whole point of it was supposed to talk about your like most anticipated books that you're wanting to get to, but it's getting to a point where it's so many, you're like, I'm pretty much just listing what's on my TBR at this rate. So we'll see what I do with that. And then I think my other one that I have going is I have started a 2026 reading journal. And so I'm going to finish that hopefully very soon. And then I'm going to do a flip through for you. So that'll be really fun. And then I've got some other ideas as well. So look out for them. Let me know down in the comments below if you are excited to see any of those, if you think I should film any other videos that you have a good idea for. Please let me know down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.